I'm very excited to welcome the 2020 16th overall NHL draft pick of the Montreal Canadiens, Kaiden Guhle. Kaiden is currently the captain of the Prince Albert Raiders of the WHL and is a beast on the ice, just waiting his turn to suit up with the pros. Thank you, Kaiden, for joining me on Enjoy the Grind.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
So now let's get right into the questions. You were born and raised in Sherwood Park, Alberta. Do you remember what inspired you to become a hockey player?
I don't know. I think probably my brother. He started hockey a little bit later. I think he started playing at the age of 8, around there, and he was a goalie to start off. And I don't know. I just obviously if anybody has an older brother, they usually kind of like to follow what he does for the most part. So just him. My parents never really grew up playing hockey or uh, or anything like that. So just my brother was definitely the biggest influence to get me into the game.
Did you have a core group growing up that pushed each other every day on and off the ice?
Yeah, for sure. I have my buddies to this day. Grew up playing with most of them. We all play hockey, or we did play hockey, and even if some of them don't anymore, they understand that I'm trying to make this my job, and they understand that. So if I got to go skate or work out, they understand, and they don't try to push me to put me in the wrong direction. And I know that that hockey is what I want to do. So sometimes you got to miss out on stuff. But no, I have my buddies that still play. We always push each other and try to make each other better every time we get on the ice or get in the gym together.
How old were you when you started taking training seriously?
Probably maybe around like 12 or 13. I don't know, probably more like 13. I mean, I guess serious. I don't know what you would classify serious, but I definitely knew that I wanted to work out and wanted to get a little bit faster, especially at that age. You're not lifting a whole ton of weights. So if anything I could do to kind of make myself faster and on the ice and try to do that and just kind of get your muscles moving a little bit. So probably about 13 maybe was when I first started taking training really seriously.
You had a great year in 2016-17 with OHA Edmonton under 15 prep and led your team in scoring. Do you consider yourself an offensive or defensive defenseman?
I definitely think back then I was more of an offensive player, kind of defenseman. And then once I kind of got to PA, I learned more about the defensive part of the game and taking care of my defensive end more often. So I think once I got to Prince Albert, I definitely Jeff Truitt and Mark Hapshide down there, my two main coaches, they really stressed the defensive part of the game to me. And if you want to be in the offensive zone, you got to get out of your defensive zone. So you better be good in that area of the ice if you want to go play off. So I consider myself more of a two-way guy. Just take care of my own first, and then when it comes to the offense and making plays.
In 2016-17, you were also selected to play for under 15 AAA team Northeast. Can you tell me about that experience?
Yeah, that was a good experience. Obviously, we didn't have the result we wanted in that tournament, but that's kind of your first kind of taste of Hockey Alberta at that age. And just seeing how they do things and how they have their staff there and how great they run everything over there at Hockey Alberta, it's a cool experience. That's probably the first big kind of tournament I ever got to be a part of. So it was exciting. I had a lot of fun there. it's a great tournament with a lot of great people.
In the 2017 WHL draft, you were selected with the first overall pick to the Prince Albert Raiders. What was that feeling like?
Yeah, it was awesome. There was a lot of good players that could have went in that pick. So it was an honor getting to go to PA. My older brother played there for 4 years in junior too, so that was really cool to kind of get to follow in his footsteps and go kind of carry on what he left there. And I wanted to go to PA the whole time, so that was a really cool experience for me. And just sitting in my science class and watching the draft on my phone, and I got a phone call and was told I got picked. So it was a cool experience for sure. Got to spend it with my friends and family, which was awesome. So it was definitely a time in my life I'll never forget.
Nice. With your brother going third overall in the WHL draft and you going first, do you ever poke fun at him?
Yeah, I used to a little bit. I remember it was probably like when I was maybe 12 or 13, and he got drafted third overall, and he kind of like was just joking around saying good luck beating that kind of thing, like you're not going to do that. And a few years later I did, so I brought that up to him after that, and it was all fun and games. But no, I mean we poke each other sometimes, but it's just for fun. We're apart so much during the winter, and he's in either San Diego or Anaheim, and I'm playing in PA or wherever. So when we get to spend time together, we try not to get too mad at each other. We just try to enjoy our time we get together in the summertime.
Can you describe leading up to the draft? Did you talk to many teams, and did you know you were going first overall?
Yeah, I didn't talk to a ton of teams. I might have talked to maybe 4 or 5 over the phone, and then I got some surveys. But I didn't know I was going first overall. I had a hoping to, obviously, like I said, I wanted to go to PA the whole time. So that was my main team I would want it to go to. But if that didn't happen, I would have been happy to go to any other team. I mean, to get drafted is just a great experience on itself. So didn't matter what team, but PA was definitely the one I wanted to go to. So I was very happy for sure.
Nice. Next year back in CSSHL, you crushed it again. Now with the under-18 OHA prep team, you won the CSSHL U15 Top Defenseman Award in 2016-17. Then won the Under-18 Top Freshman of the Year Award and the U18 Top Defenseman of the Year Award in 2017-18. Well, was this when you started to think, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I'm going to take a run at the NHL?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't really have like a time. I can't recall a time when I kind of thought I could do it. It all just kind of seems like a dream. It still kind of seems like a dream that I'm in where I am right now and the position I'm in right now. I mean, it's crazy to think that I am where I am. So I don't know. I don't really have a time where I thought maybe I could do it. Maybe in the back of my mind, I was just always hoping I could do it. So no, but that was a good year for sure. That was a fun team, fun group of guys, and OHA does such a great job with their players and bouncing hockey in school. So without that, I don't know if I could have done that. So that's a great program over there at OHA for sure.
You were selected an assistant captain of the Team Alberta during the WHL Cup in 2017-18. Can you describe that tourney for me?
Yeah, that was a fun tournament. Again, not the result we wanted. Heartbreaking finish there. Lost the gold medal in overtime against British Columbia. But yeah, that was a fun tournament too. That's kind of, you play Alberta Cup and then you kind of upgrade to that if you get chosen for that. So that's another big stage where a lot of teams kind of get to look at you, WHL teams. the draft already happened, but they just kind of get to see you play, so you want to play well there. And that was a fun tournament again. Played with a lot of good people and a lot of good players that are still playing and doing well. So that was a really good time.
This tourney is the highest under 16 players from Alberta, BC, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. That must have been an honor to be selected assistant captain.
Yeah, that was a huge honor. There was a lot of good leaders on that team. When you get put on kind of a provincial or a national team, it's pretty much like an all-star team. Anybody could be a letter, and there's a lot of leaders that don't have a letter. So to get one, it was definitely a huge honor. And I feel like I said, there's just so many guys that are leaders that don't get letters. So I didn't feel alone. There's the two other letters there that were helping out awesome, and the guys that didn't get them were still being huge leaders. So it was definitely an honor for sure.
2018-19, you played your first full season in the WHL with the Raiders. What was it like making the jump from CSS to HL to the WHL?
Yeah, it's a tough tournament, it's a tough jump. Going from 16 to playing 20-year-old men, it's a big jump. I was still really scrawny kid back then, maybe like 180 pounds, and still am. But no, it was a tough jump. The coaches did a really good job trying to breed me and not put me in many situations for me to fail, and put me in positions to help me succeed. And took a little bit longer than I would have liked to kind of play well and start being an impact kind of player. Took me about half the season, but no, it was a lot of fun. That was such a great group of guys, and the team did really well in winning the championship there. And that was definitely one of the better seasons of my career and my life. Just getting to be with those guys and being with such a great group of people.
Like you said, you guys went all the way and won the WHL championship that year. What was the atmosphere like? And it must have been nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts. That's we got a small rink in PA, holds about 3,400 people. So it's all closed in, and everyone's on top of you, and the crowd was going nuts. And it was just yesterday, I believe, it was our 2-year anniversary. We won, so got a lot of posts, saw a lot of posts about that, and just brings back good memories. And winning it in overtime, that was still get chills watching that video to this day. So and still get smiles on my face watching us all looking how goofy we are jumping up and down in the air. But that was definitely a time in my life I'll never forget, and I'm still talking to those guys to this day. So just winning with that group, we all kind of have a bond now together. So it was awesome.
Yeah, I saw that on your story on Instagram.
Yeah, crazy. It was awesome.
You now got selected to the under-17 development camp. What was it like attending the under-17 development camp and winning that tournament?
Yeah, that was awesome. That's kind of your first step to seeing what Hockey Canada is all about, and that's a tough week. We got you going for about a week straight, and it's all about being mentally prepared all the time and taking care of your body physically. And no, it's definitely a fun week, and meeting a lot of people from all over the country that you've never really seen before. And you kind of realize how many good players are out there outside of your province or your kind of district. So no, it was cool to get to do that and go to that camp. It was definitely a really good time.
2019-20 had another solid year in the WHL with the Raiders, posting 40 points in 64 games, paving your way to the roster of the Under 18 Hlinka Gretzky Cup. This roster looked stacked. Cole Perfetti, Quinton Byfield, James Drysdale, Hendrix Lapierre, Seth Jarvis, and yourself. Where was this tourney, and can you describe what it felt like pulling that jersey on and playing for your country?
Yeah, that tournament was in Czech Republic. That's my first time ever going to Europe, so that was a cool experience for me. It's definitely a different culture down there, and they do a lot of things differently. It's crazy to think that it's like a whole different kind of world and in the same world, I guess. But it was cool. Again, like you said, that was an all-star team, and so many good players that you get to play with, and it's so fun. And again, a great group of guys to be around, and they were all so energetic and happy all the time. So unfortunately, lost to Russia in the final, but no, it was a good tournament. It was a lot of fun to get to go over to Europe and do that.
What was it like to hear your name called 16th overall at the 2020 NHL draft by the Montreal Canadiens?
Yeah, it was awesome. That was a great feeling. I mean, with kind of a crappy year with all this COVID and whatnot, in a way, and not being able to go to the draft, in a way, it all worked out. I got to have the draft with a lot of my family and friends that wouldn't have been able to come to the draft. So that was a bonus, and got to spend it with them. So that was just how awesome it was to get picked by such a storied franchise. And you look back and see how many Stanley Cups they've won and how much they are a part of history and all that. And just getting to spend it with all my close friends and family was just kind of a cherry on top. So that was definitely an unbelievable night.
Yeah, that must have been awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did your mom cry when she heard your name?
I think so. I'm pretty sure she did. I don't know. I was giving lots of hugs, so I gave her a hug first, and then I was kind of going around the circle giving hugs. But I'm pretty sure she cried. She gets pretty emotional about that. She loves us a lot. So yeah, I think she might have shed a couple tears for sure.
Did you have a feeling that you were getting the call by the Canadiens? Did you have a lot of discussions with them prior to the draft?
I think I only had one talk with them, and it was a good chat. I had a good feeling after that Zoom call I had with them, and it wasn't really like an interview. It felt like more of kind of a conversation, and just kind of getting to know somebody. So it was good. And I don't know. I mean, I didn't really have a feeling of where I was going to go that night. Kind of felt like it was just whatever team and kind of how the draft fell and who got picked before, and just whatever team wanted to take me. So when they went up, I was kind of hoping that I was going to get picked by them. I had a little bit of a gut feeling, and they picked me. So again, it was such an awesome time.
This draft being so different because of COVID, how did the interview process work with all the clubs? How did you prepare for the interviews with the different teams?
Yeah, they got in contact with me, or either me or my coach or my agent, and we just set up a Zoom call and a date. And I mean, just kind of went on there and was myself. That was the biggest piece of advice I got. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't want to go on there and not be myself, and then they draft me and expect me to be somebody that I'm not. So I just want to be myself and kind of show myself off and be confident. Don't be cocky, but be confident in yourself. And yeah, that's all I went on there and tried to do, and tried to just be myself the whole time.
Do you think you had a good interview with any other clubs?
I hope so. I hope they were all pretty good. I hope they liked them, but I don't know. some of them, I mean, were a little bit different, and some of them were good. So I don't know. I hope they were all pretty good. Yeah, that's something maybe they'll have to ask, or you'll have to ask. But yeah, I hope they were good. I don't know.
This last year started off great for you, suiting up for Canada at the World Juniors. This tourney is huge. Can you describe what it felt like to play for your country in this tourney?
Yeah, that was a dream come true. I'm sure you were watching. I know when I was your age, I was sitting on the couch and with my Canadian jersey on and cheering on the guys and just dreaming of that Boxing Day game or New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So that was a dream come true. I mean, pulling that sweater over my head. I mean, anytime you put on the maple leaf, it's a dream come true. But that one was a little bit different. That's kind of like the holy grail of Hockey Canada is the World Juniors, and all of Canada takes it so seriously. And without any fans in the stands, we still felt like the whole country was behind us the whole way. And we have Canadian fans are so passionate about the World Juniors, and it was such a great experience. And I mean, again, fell short, unfortunately, but I left a bad taste in all of our mouths, I think, in the whole country's mouths. So we're going to come back next year and be ready and get that gold medal. But no, it was definitely a great experience, dream come true.
What was the vibe like in the dressing room when Kirby Dach went down with a broken wrist?
Yeah, I think we were all shocked and felt bad for him. But we knew that he didn't have to be there. He wanted to be there. We felt bad for him that happened. We kind of knew the severity of it. We knew that it might have hurt him in with Chicago. So we obviously felt bad for him, but we knew that we had a great team and players stepped up big time in Kirby's absence, and we knew that. So we weren't really worried about him going down as a player, but just as a person, we felt so bad for him, and he's such a good guy to be around and such a good guy to have in the room and his experience. So no, but we knew players were going to step up huge in his absence.
Do you think that injury almost brought you guys together even more?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, guys had to step up. So we needed some guys to get out of their comfort zone a little bit and go from the back seat to the front seat, and everyone did that great. So the team gelled together really quickly, and no, they did well. Everyone that stepped up in Kirby's absence.
Cousins was a beast in this tourney. Did you know much about him prior to this tournament?
Yeah. Well, he was in Lethbridge with the Hurricanes, so I played against him a few times, or I guess probably 4 times a year. So when I saw him doing that in the World Juniors, I wasn't surprised. He's a great player. He's got so much skill. He's so fast. He's good in his own zone. He's got it all, that guy. So I wasn't surprised at all when he was having that success at that tournament. And I know he's doing well in Buffalo now. So yeah, I was happy for him. He had a really good tournament.
Who was the most underrated player on that team?
Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. Maybe, like, I'd say maybe Jacob Pelche. That guy. I mean, you wouldn't know, but in the room, he's never stops talking. He's always happy. He's always got the big smile on his face, smiling to his ears, pretty much. So, and he wears his heart on his sleeve on the ice. He's a hard worker. He plays the game both ways. Loved being around him all the time at the rink. He always brought energy up in the room. So he's a guy that you need in every locker room and on the ice and every team. So I don't know if he'd be underrated. I think maybe just we had so many star players on that team that maybe some guys didn't get them as much credit, but he was someone that I noticed on the ice all the time for sure.
What team was a lot of fun for you to play against? Was there a team that you always dreamed of suiting up against?
Probably the Americans. I mean, especially in a gold medal game, that's almost a dream come true again. Well, it is, but it was crazy. I was it's kind of like written up, like it was supposed to happen. And I mean, obviously, again, not the result we wanted, but that was definitely a dream come true, and a really cool experience to play against those guys in the medal game.
Who was the hardest player to defend against in this tourney?
Todd Colson on Russia was really good. He's a really good skater. He's strong on his feet, good on his edges. I thought he was a really tough player to defend. Obviously, Trezor had a really good tournament. He's so silky and so smooth, and he has great vision. He's a really good player too. There were so many good players. Tim Stutzel, I could go on and on and on, but everybody in that tournament's good. There's not one player that you kind of look at and wonder why. They're all good. Everybody's got something to bring to the table, and every player there was a good player.
Can I see your silver medal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
got it right here. Right here. It's got the
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's heavy, but obviously not the right color. But it's got this on the back there, the IIHF logo. But yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, it's. I mean, obviously you want it to be gold, but it's still cool to have a silver medal. And I know there's people that would kill to get a silver medal, and even some sort of medal from the World Juniors. So yeah, no, it's still cool to have one of those for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to represent Canada again next year and bringing home the gold medal?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely marked on my calendar, and I'm looking forward to getting back there, and hopefully we get to this go around and make it my normal. And you know, just the biggest thing again is winning that gold medal. And like I said earlier, not kind of leaves a taste in your mouth leaving that game. So I know when years young, that's going to be the first thing I remember is sitting on the bench while the Americans are throwing their gloves in the air. So definitely know that everybody that's going to be on that team is going to want to win a gold medal extra bad next year.
You went back to the Raiders of the WHL and were named captain, shooting up against Connor Bedard at the beginning of the season. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's a really good young player. He's very smart. He kind of waits for his chance, and then he jumps, and he's a good player, very skilled player, and he's going to be a good player for a long time. And yeah, I mean he's already up there and one of the tops in the league, and he's 15 years old, so he's a really good player. I know he's going to be a good player for Regina for the next couple of years, and yeah, I wish him well. He's a good player.
I watched video and you plastered him every time he came down your side. He decided to try the other side of the ice later on that game.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I guess maybe I did once or twice, but I mean, it's not really anything personal. Just doing my job and try not to let them score. But yeah, I guess that's all I got to say to that.
Unfortunately, you hurt your hand playing Moose Jaw Warriors early on this season. Can you describe what happened?
Yeah, I just it was in the third period and blocked a shot. Just kind of standing in front and it hit me, and broke my finger and finished the game hoping that it wasn't broken. But I went to go X-rays the next morning and it was broken still. Got surgery and still kind of healing from it. And it sucks. Wish I could have been there with the guys throughout the whole. Had to head home to rehab and all that. But it sucked to watch my team, and I just wanted to be there with them so bad. I know it would have been tough for them to be in that bubble, and kind of felt guilty for not being there with them. So it sucks, but just want to heal as fast as I can and get back on the ice with you guys for sure.
I'm glad you're feeling better now and hope that injury is behind you now.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, here we go. Let's have some fun. I'm going to ask you a few more questions that I like to ask all my guests. So hockey is a game of nicknames. Do you have any nicknames that the boys used to call you?
I don't get it called as much anymore. But when I was coming up through minor hockey, they called my brother Jules because our nickname's Ghouls, and then they switched it to Jules. So then my nickname was Baby Jules for a little bit, but that's probably the one I remember. But now it's just Ghouls. That's all I get called ever. But
if you could be another athlete for a day, who would it be?
Probably Tom Brady. I think it would be pretty neat to be him for a day and go see all of his fat rings he's got from all those Super Bowls, and just kind of go through a day in the life of Tom, and because I know he's kind of a different animal just mentally. Even he's got something different going on up there that makes him so good, and I definitely like to be him for a day.
Yeah, we're Bucks fans. And Tom that's a cool athlete to be.
Yeah.
Who is the best player you ever played with or against?
I don't know. It's a tough question. I've played with so many good players. Played against so many good players. I'd probably say Kirby is definitely up there for playing with. Haven't played against him yet, thank God, but when the time comes, hopefully I do well. But probably definitely up there. I played with so many good players. I've been so lucky to get put in a position to play with them, and but yeah, I've been up there. There's so many. It's hard to list them all off.
What about against?
Again, probably Trevor Zegras was probably one of the harder ones for sure. Like I said, just so good, so smooth, so crafty. You kind of never know what he's going to do, and he just kind of does it, and it's in the back of your net or something. So he's a good player. He was definitely really tough to play against.
What was the biggest goal you ever scored?
Biggest goal probably just the World Juniors goal I scored, the first one. That was just kind of like a dream come true. First goal in the tournament, my first shift, just kind of surreal. Didn't expect it. I wasn't expecting to even score at all in the tournament. Just kind of was expecting to go in there and take care of my own end and do what I had to be done. But it was definitely really cool to do that. Just such a unreal experience, and it was really cool for sure.
If you could create an all-star lineup, 3 forwards, 2 defense, and 1 goalie, they could be playing now or in the past, who would it be?
Am I in the lineup?
Sure.
Okay. No, I'll put McDavid in center. right wing, I'd probably put, let me think here. I don't even know. Probably McKinnon. He doesn't even play a wing, but he'll go wing. And then I'll put Ovechkin on the left side. And then for D, I'll put Bobby Orr on the left. And Ray Bourque on the right. And then at goalie, I'm putting Roberto Luongo. That's what I'm doing.
Sick lineup.
Yeah, a little bit different. I mean, McKinnon doesn't really play right wing, but I'm just going to slap him on there because I feel like it.
Sure. If you could steal any player's skill from the NHL, who would it be and from who?
Probably McDavid's speed. I mean, that's self-explanatory. That guy, he's pretty fast. So it'd be nice to have his speed and be able to fly around like he does on the ice and get a few breakaways a game. And but yeah, I think that would be something cool to experience and get to be that fast. Would be really, really nice.
Who do you think your NHL comparison is?
I don't really know. I mean, maybe a little bit of I don't know, maybe like a little bit of like a Jay Bomeister kind of player. Just if you add like a little bit of like a meaner side to him. I like how Jay Bomeister plays, and he's so good in both ends of the ice, and he's solid, and he can score, he can pass, he can play D. That's kind of what I want to be, just an all-around defenseman. So I don't know. I don't know if I really have a comparison, but I like how he plays, and if you add a little bit of like a mean streak to him.
Usually drafts have like comparisons. Like
Yeah.
when you get drafted.
Yeah, I don't know who mine was. I don't remember, but could have been him. I'm not sure. I think that what my brother's was, but I'm not too sure.
Do you have a favorite NHL player?
I don't really anymore. I just kind of like watching everybody, and whoever's on TV that night, I'll turn it on and try to just ISO one player. And but when I was growing up, being from around Edmonton, I was a big Taylor Hall fan, and my brother liked Everly, and my dad liked Nugent Hopkins. So it's kind of like it was kind of interesting, and yeah, I liked Hall. I liked how he played, and he could score, and he was fast. So I liked watching him when I was younger, but now I don't really have a favorite player to watch, or I just kind of like to watch everybody, whoever's on TV. I'll ISO that, or just kind of look at one player for sure.
Do you have a least favorite player?
No, I don't. Maybe hopefully if I end up playing in Montreal, maybe we can circle back and you can ask me that. But right now I don't have one.
I have a couple, but
not to be named.
When you were quarantined in the bubble at the World Juniors, did you have a favorite series that you watched?
Not really. I'm not really like a huge Netflix guy. I'm big into YouTube though. I could watch YouTube all day probably. I'd find something to watch and keep myself entertained. So that's what I did quite a bit when I was around my off time on a little bit of PlayStation and Call of Duty. But yeah, I mean, trying to do some things to keep yourself occupied. That got old after about 3 days. So just trying to do anything and everything to try and keep yourself occupied and find new things to do. I know my mom brought me a care package and put me some tennis balls in there. I tried to learn how to juggle. I quit after about an hour, and yeah, just trying new things and keep yourself occupied. That's all you could do at that point.
If you had to quarantine with any celebrity, who would it be?
Oh, Probably Kevin Hart, maybe. I think it would be fun to quarantine with him. He's a pretty funny guy, and he'd probably push you and make you do workouts and probably make you do a little more, and then he'd just make you laugh the rest of the day. So I think he'd be good to continue with. He'd be fun.
He's hilarious. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, I love watching him. He's always got good movies for sure.
What NHL reverse retro jersey do you like the best?
Montreal's. Yeah. Yeah, no, those are nice. I think Montreal's are nice. I think LA's are nice. Their purple and gold ones are really cool. I like those. I like Minnesota's too. Theirs are kind of neat, a little bit different. They're all nice actually. They're all really nice jerseys. Those are really cool. I think those are definitely some of the cooler jerseys that have been around for a while. So.
Do you have a favorite team when you were growing up?
Yeah, I was a big Oilers fan growing up. Again, just being around the area, being around Edmonton area, it was always the Oilers. So, been a big fan of theirs my whole life. And once I started kind of getting higher up in levels, I kind of drifted away a little bit just because I was hoping maybe I could get drafted and didn't know if it was gonna beat Edmonton. So, yeah, I was always a big Oilers fan growing up.
Yeah, my family's Oilers fans. Beside mom and my sister. What is your go-to pregame meal?
Probably just pretty classic chicken and pasta with Alfredo sauce and tomato sauce mixed. I love that. It's good. Started doing that when I was 16 in PA because the road meals are always pretty similar, so you have to try to mix it up sometimes and make it a little bit different. So I'll probably stick with that and add some veggies in there too. So that's probably my go-to. And it's easy to cook.
Do you have any pregame superstitions?
Not really. I mean, nothing really weird. Probably maybe the weirdest thing I would do is I get like some ice gel or something and put it on my legs. So then when I go on the ice, my legs are burning. I don't know, but that's probably the only really superstitious thing I do. And I just I have like my little routines, like go take my stick at the same time. I always like to have everything kind of planned out at the same time, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't really bother me. So I like to have stuff done in order, but if it's not done, it doesn't bother me.
What is one of the weirdest ones you've seen?
Well, I've got a lot. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I have a lot, but there's definitely been some weird ones. What could it be? Probably something a goalie's done. I don't know. Well, that's hard. I don't know if I've been asked that question before. Good job.
Thanks.
Maybe just I don't know. Probably just goalies doing something like I don't know. It's not weird, but just like for players, it's a little bit weird, like them juggling or throwing the ball against the wall. I don't know. I understand why they do it now, but when I was younger, I used to be like, "What the heck are you doing?" Like, but now I understand it now.
Goalies are different.
Yeah. Well, they have to be. They like to get hit by pucks for a living, so.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup this year?
I don't know. I think Colorado's got a good team. I like Carolina too. I think they're going to do well, and hopefully Montreal gets up there and gets close. So I don't know. It's a different year. It's hard to say because they've all been playing the same teams the whole year. So I never really get to see them against their competition. But no, I mean one thing that's the best about the NHL playoff is anybody can win. Anybody has a chance. So it's a toss-up, really. You never really know who's going to win it.
Do you think Ovi will ever beat Gretzky's record for most goals in their career?
I mean, it'll be tough. Gretzky's got his goals record's pretty crazy. It'll be tough to catch up to. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he can do it. I mean, he's still scoring a bunch of goals at this time and at his age, so maybe he could do it and play till he's 45 and get it. So who knows? That would be pretty neat to see him do it, though, for sure.
Yeah. Who do you think is better, Crosby or McDavid?
I think it's they're both so good. They're both such good players. I mean, Crosby, he's obviously accomplished so much through his career, and I think 3 Stanley Cups he's got, and gold medal, 2 Olympic gold medals, and McDavid's just getting started. So, you know what? They're both unbelievable players. I think they should share that number 1 spot together. They're just both unbelievable.
Crosby probably would be McDavid in like the edges, and stuff, but McDavid in speed.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well said.
Do you have a favorite hockey memory that stands out to you so far in your career?
Definitely when we won the championship in Prince Albert in overtime. That was the craziest time of my life. I wish I could tell you what it was like when I was throwing my gloves up in the air, but I think everybody was just blacked out, and we were so fired up, and we were all just like, finally, like, we did it, and we were up 3-1 in that series, and we won Game 7 in overtime. So they kind of just about came back and got us, but no, we were all just so relieved and so happy. It was such a crazy day. Wouldn't forget that moment ever.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw the goal.
Yeah.
It's a nice goal.
It was crazy. Yeah. It was quite a pass there. Good fish, and it was awesome.
Do you have any advice that you could give me or any other young players for our hockey careers?
Yeah, I think just especially while you're young, I mean, just have fun and enjoy it. And when I mean, it doesn't seem like it really matters as much. When I was young, sometimes you take it so serious and look back at it, and you don't really understand why at that age. So just have fun with all your teammates and work hard. Always want to get better. Work hard in practice, push yourself, and just have boatloads of fun. I miss those times with my buddies, tournaments, playing hockey and mini sticks in the hotel and all that. So just enjoy everything and have a lot of fun and work hard.
So there we have it, one of the next rising stars of the NHL. I'm really looking forward to watching you at the World Juniors next year and hopefully playing in the NHL very soon. I want to thank you so much for taking this time with me on Enjoy the Grind. This was a lot of fun, and I'm very happy to have met you. Hopefully I will be seeing you soon one day in the NHL.
Yeah, that's the plan, hopefully. Thanks, buddy. A lot of fun.
Maybe take it easy on me when I'm coming down your side.
Maybe.
For those watching, please like and subscribe and comment down below who you think I should interview next. And thanks again, Kaiden.
Yeah, thank you very much.